Hey guys, so it is that time again to do a pregnancy/life update. I went ahead and took notes so that we can stay on task because I tend to say a lot and I don't want to bore you guys too much. So 36 weeks, well, tomorrow I will be 36 weeks, which means I'm officially in my 9th month of pregnancy. I'll include my bump shot now. So I hope the lighting's okay, but here is my belly. I went to the doctor yesterday and they did a few things. So my weight is, I'm about 5 pounds under what I started at. So I initially lost a bunch of weight and then, well, a bunch, like 20 pounds or so, and have just slowly put that back on. So my doctor seems happy with it. I'm comfortable with it. I mean, it is what it is. So they did the Group B strep test, which is a type of bacteria that I think it said 25% of healthy women carry in their body and can be transferred during birth. And so if it comes back positive, then they'll just have me on antibiotics during the delivery. Usually they do penicillin, but I have an allergy to penicillin, so they've got a couple of other ones they would try instead. And it's just a swab, similar to a pap, and it was over pretty fast. Then she said she'd give me a call in a couple days with the results of that. Let's see. So my blood pressure is usually about 120/70, and yesterday it was 120/71. So still good there. The baby is head down. We did a ultrasound just really quick in the office, and she's head down. She's kind of curved to my left side, kind of rolled on her side, and kind of like a little, like in a C shape a little bit. And the doctor said plenty of amniotic fluid, which is great. And let's see. So something that we talked about that I was kind of surprised at, she doesn't want me to go even one day past my due date. My due date is June 23rd. So I didn't really want to be induced. I don't really want to be induced. I wanted to go into labor naturally. And she said because of my age, I'm over 35, I'm actually 36, almost 37, that it can put the baby in danger, and there's an increased risk of stillbirth when you're over 35 if you go past your due date. So she went ahead and scheduled an induction for 12 on June 23rd. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I go into labor naturally before that, because I wanted to labor at home as long as possible, and I just feel like I would be more comfortable at home versus being in a hospital and being induced. The induction techniques, there's 3. First step is a medication that they insert vaginally. Second one is a Foley catheter is inserted into your cervix and manually dilates your cervix. That one sounds uncomfortable to me, but I'm about to go through a lot of uncomfortable stuff, so I'm trying to stay positive. And then third would be like a Pitocin drip. So yeah, I'm trying to let that settle in and relax about it. I mean, one of the benefits of having an induction is you know your day, whereas now it feels like, whenever you could go into labor, it could be any moment, and the unknown is also stressful. So and our plan is if I go into labor and say Daniel's at work, I'll just call him and have him head home, and again try to labor at home as much as possible. So yeah, if you have any experiences that are positive with induction, please let me know. Or if you have any natural induction techniques that you've used that helped you to go into labor. Please leave them in a comment below. I would like to hear about it. I mean, there's lots of old wives' tales like castor oil and eating pineapple, dancing, stretches. You know, there's lots of things that as I get closer, I might do just for fun and see if it helps. The baby is about 19 to 20 inches long, somewhere between 5 and 6 pounds. My food cravings, I'd say tortillas. Like every morning I like to have scrambled eggs with just in a tortilla, corn tortillas, not flour, corn tortillas, fried in a little bit of oil and then eggs inside. I don't know. Even chicken, like fajitas, in tortillas. Just any excuse to eat tortillas. And then tortilla chips and salsa, or tortilla chips and guacamole. I don't know. Also just chips in general, like crunchy chips have been a craving of mine. And when Dan and I are like out and about, like I've had a couple of bags of Doritos during this pregnancy. I don't remember the last time I ate Doritos before being pregnant. And I'm not talking like I buy them consistently. It's once in a while, but it's just funny. Have a couple Doritos and then I'm like, all right, I'm good. I don't know. So even though I haven't added a whole lot of weight to where I was, obviously my weight is shifting more in the front. So I've just kind of said to myself, you know, I'm just gonna wear comfy clothes from here on out. So not that my other clothes aren't comfortable, but they're more tight fitting, they're cut differently, and they just aren't fitting now. And I feel like I've been really lucky in that they fit for quite a while compared to I think what other people go through. And it's only in the last month or so that my belly has really like popped out. So I bought a couple of extra pairs of like yoga capri pants, which is what I'm wearing now. A couple of baggy t-shirts like what I'm wearing now. And it's not the most figure flattering, but you know, it is what it is. We're in summertime now, or getting there, and it's been really hot in Oregon the last 2 weeks. So we have the air conditioning in now, and I'm like, just be comfortable. So I went today and got a pedicure, and I don't know if this might be the last one until the baby comes. So I just tried to relax and enjoy it. I go to the same place over and over, and she's like, just come, you know, after the baby comes, just bring her and she'll be sleeping anyway, and then we can all see her. And I said, okay. But I don't know. It's one of those little things that I like to kind of do for myself just to relax. So, yeah, I just kind of wrote down that I bought some new, more comfortable clothes, and that I'm starting to feel big just everywhere, and I move a lot slower, and unfortunately it reminds me of when I was heavier, and that can be kind of triggering and scary. But I'm not worried that I won't lose weight after. I actually feel like I probably will lose weight after, just because of all the breastfeeding, and then just taking care of a little baby. I don't know. I really have not had like the urge to binge like I used to for most of this pregnancy, and that's been really nice. So we'll see what happens after the baby comes. I definitely want to increase my movement in the next 4 weeks to prepare myself more for labor and delivery. I've just been trying to focus on kind of one step at a time. So even throughout this pregnancy, I didn't really want to focus on labor and delivery early on. I just wanted to get through, you know, pregnancy. And now that we're kind of wrapping up, sorry, excuse me. Now it's time to think about labor and delivery and the newborn stage. As far as toddler stage, what to feed the baby once she starts on solids, once she starts crawling. We're not focusing on that just yet. Dan and I have had a few talks about it because we don't want to be giving our baby or kids much sugar, because sugar has been a tricky thing for us. So we don't want to get that taste in their mouth early on, just because we are both sensitive to it. So we've talked a little bit about that, and I'll talk more about that on this channel as time flies. But for now, just focusing on labor and delivery. We've been going to birth classes. That's been fun. We've learned a lot, and the last class was on Tuesday night. We practiced different labor positions, and so that feels good. I think we both feel more empowered, and I've got, one of my plans is to get all of our massage tool. We have quite a lot actually, because he's got some back problems, and gather all of our massage tools and have them in a box, kind of just waiting. And then there's a couple more tools I will be buying, and so I might do a separate video on techniques for laboring at home. Hopefully, like I said earlier, I get a chance to labor at home. Something I've been really trying to focus on is my perspective and perception, and going into labor. I don't want to be filled with fear. I want to be empowered, and that's been a specific shift that I'm trying to make. And thankfully, with all my years of experience with therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy, shifting that focus, or even stepping outside and viewing your anxiety almost like as a third party or outside perspective. So I've been trying to do that with birth, and I've been reading a book called Hypnobirthing, which talks a lot about that, and using birth affirmations. I will continue to use positive affirmations. Those have always helped me, for years. So writing them, saying them, visualizing them, that's been really helpful for me. So if you ever want me to do a video on affirmations, please let me know. I found them extremely helpful. So for an example, with birth, reminding myself my body is made to do this. I can feel the baby gliding down my body. I can feel my pelvis opening up. My pelvis, it's kind of repeating the same things over and over. So the birth affirmations I think of as have been especially helpful, and will continue to be helpful. I've also thought about recording them so that I can listen to them during labor, but I'm not sure on that yet. I don't really listen to myself much, so I think that might be a little bit weird, but I don't know until I try, I guess. So I have not had any contractions that I can tell. Most people say they have Braxton Hicks by now. In the birth class, they talked about feeling it really high in your stomach, and almost like a, gosh, it's hard to explain, but like a tightening, like if you tightened a belt and then it lasts for a period of time, then it loosens up again. I don't believe I've had any of those yet that I've noticed. So hopefully those will at least kind of start soon, the Braxton Hicks, because that's what they say, is that's your body preparing for the upcoming labor. Let's see. I definitely have been trying to rest more. I'm officially home now. I was working for our family business 4 days a week, and then my doctor wanted me to stay closer to home, so I'm working from home, which I'm lucky that I can do. But I miss being around people, and I miss having a place to go. So I find myself going to the library or going to get, an iced tea somewhere, just to kind of go out and be around people. And I think once the baby's here, I'll probably do that too. Daniel will have a good amount of time off of work. So, if I take the baby with me, or we take the baby and go on a walk around the park, or if we go, get an iced tea or what have you, or if he stays home and I do that by myself. I think it's important for me to go out and about sometimes. So that's been difficult. I'm on the second week now of being home, and I also, everywhere I look, see things that I could be doing. So like chores, organizing, that needs to be cleaned, everywhere. And so I'm driving myself crazy because physically I can only do so much, and then I start to get a lot of pelvic pressure and pain, or my sciatic pain flares up. So then I have to sit down and wait, and then I'll let myself get up and do some more stuff. And then, so I don't like that. But I didn't like that when I had my gastric bypass surgery either. I remember really pushing it, and my largest incision was on the left side, and any just like reaching for something or taking the laundry out, just felt like someone was stabbing me. And so I really had to try and slow down and be gentle on myself back then. So I'm trying to remember that now, not only before I give birth, but after. There's going to definitely be some healing time after that I need to just hang out and sit there. I've also been trying to balance what I do with my time as far as baby related stuff. I don't want to become obsessed. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and just all sorts of things. Listening to books on tape, all baby related podcasts. So last night I finally told myself, hey, you're going to find a show that you like that has nothing to do with babies and just sit and watch it. And so the show that I picked is called The Unbreakable Kimmy. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix series, and it's pretty funny so far, and it's lighthearted. You don't have to think too hard, and I kind of want to save it for when I'm in labor, so that I can again have something not baby related to distract me, but we'll see. So while I'm resting on the couch, I'm usually sitting kind of reclined and then my feet on our ottoman, and that is the position that the baby moves around the most. Not even flat on my back, but in that reclined position. And I don't know if it's because I'm sitting so still and not talking, not moving, just very still, that she kind of checks in like, hey, what's going on? Otherwise, when I'm moving around, she doesn't really move too much. And I think I'm assuming she's calmed by movement, as I was as a kid. I've always, rocking, any sort of movement just calms me and makes me really peaceful. So I'm assuming she will be the same. But the other night, Dan and I were sitting there and she's moving around a lot, and I kind of looked down and he looked down, and we see like my belly just go boop, boop, just totally move. And I look at him and I'm like, did you see that? And he's like, I did see that. That was crazy. So I'm sure as she gets bigger, we'll see even more movements. And we can feel her too. But just seeing it was kind of a little crazy. So we ended up having 2 baby showers, and those went great. The second one was this last weekend, and Dan was able to come. So at the end, I'll go ahead and insert some pictures of the baby showers, and they were a lot of fun, and it was so nice to see people that we grew up with and that we've been friends with and family, and everybody's so excited for us, and we're excited of course too, but it was really sweet. So I feel like a bad YouTuber because I did get a gift in my PO box that I went ahead and opened because I wanted to wash the clothes. So I have all of the baby's clothes washed now, but I wanted to open it on camera, and then I kept thinking, oh, I'll get to it, and then I didn't. So Tara, thank you so much for your gift. I did get it, and I really like it. I think what I'm going to do when I do a nursery tour is, again, give you another little shout out and kind of point out what you got for us. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who gave us gifts. I know I say this at every video, but I just feel really blessed and thankful for you guys and for you guys being excited for us. On that note, my mom is coming this weekend, and she'll be staying, I think, 3 or 4 nights, and she's going to help me organize the nursery. Right now we have just the room filled to the brim with stuff, and so I try to do it, and then I have to like sit down and rest, and so I think having her helping me is really gonna be beneficial. I think we're close to having everything we need. We have some gift cards that we're kind of saving. Once my mom and I go through and organize everything, we'll make like a final list of things that we think that we'll need, and go from there. I did make some pretty detailed lists as far as postpartum care, baby's medicine cabinet, just things that I want to have on hand. But I'm also trying to remind myself, like, you know, once the baby's here, if we need to run up to Walgreens, we certainly can. You know, between myself, Daniel, his mom lives here in town with us. You know, we have tools to get things. So I'm trying to remember that too. It does not have to be perfect. The baby's medicine cabinet does not have to be perfectly stocked. We can address things as they come up. I did that with my gastric bypass surgery too. I like saw all these lists and bought all these things, and a lot of it I didn't use. So it's a fine line between being prepared or overbuying, and I don't want to overbuy. So once I have that organized, I do plan on doing a nursery tour so that you guys can kind of see what our baby's room looks like. We do have a name picked out, and we did talk about it at the baby showers, but we haven't announced it on social media. And I kind of asked Daniel, you know, do you want to? What do you want to do? And he said, well, let's just wait and announce it when she's born. We're so close anyway. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. There we go. But we're happy with the name and we feel good about it. Okay, so I think that is about it. I still want to film some videos talking about my past and things that I've gone through, because I know we talked about that in the last couple of videos. And I don't know when I'm gonna do it yet. Like I said, I'm just really focused on baby stuff right now. But again, I don't want to be obsessed about it. We did buy some plants to do a little vegetable garden that I'm excited about. We have to buy the dirt still, but Dan made a big raised bed, and then we picked up 3 tomato plants, 2 cucumbers, and a yellow squash and a zucchini plant. So I think that's going to be good. Zucchini and yellow squash often will produce quite a lot. So I kind of want to get one more zucchini plant, but then I'm like, oh, you know, we don't want to overdo it either. So tomatoes, I know I'll eat a lot of tomatoes. One of the plants, and I may have bought 2. I think I bought an early girl which are like bigger red ones, and then the sun gold, which are the small orange ones. Those are my absolute favorite. So I'm thinking I bought 2 of those. And then cucumbers are pretty good too. But zucchini and tomatoes are my favorite. So, but anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and welcome. Thank you for watching. I've been doing YouTube since 2009, and yeah, it's just been following my whole journey through the last however many years. So again, thank you guys so much, and we will see you soon. Bye.